Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana, tamu sana, yes. There is a story that has been captured by Standard Digital. A very interesting story that I want us to have a look, for it's going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Standard Digital. Amos Kimunya says William Ruto win could trigger revolution over unmet promises. That's the story as captured by Standard Digital. And if you go through that story, Amos Kimunya is quoted as saying, assuming or rather in case William Ruto wins this year's presidential election, then most likely there will be a revolution in Kenya simply because William Ruto will not fulfill his promises to Kenyans. That's the story as captured by the Standard Digital. So in this video, I want us to analyze this thing to see it in clear terms. Is Kenya ready for a revolution? That's what I want us to find out in this video right now. Yes. If you ask me that question, whether Kenya is ready for a revolution or not, my answer is a big no. Kenya is not ready for a revolution. And that is because Kenyans are not yet angry enough for a revolution. Kenyans see politics through ethnic lenses. When my ethnic leader or other kingpin is in power, whether he rules badly or he keeps the promises he made or not, I will still largely vote for him or stick with him. That's largely how Kenyans view and see politics. And a good example I can give is this one of Jubilee, Ruto government. When they were coming to power in 2013, Ruto gave Kenyans some promises. But actually, they never delivered a majority of those promises. Let me say 90%, they actually never delivered. And in 2017, actually the same people who elected them, even though Jubilee performed dismally in their first term, the same people did vote for them again in 2017. An indication that Kenyans largely view politics through ethnic lenses and out of hate for other leaders. And then another good example, as Jubilee was coming to power in 2017, William Ruto was on record and very vocal about the studies. In 6 months, William Ruto actually never delivered. And the same people are still actually supporting William Ruto for the presidency. They are still supporting William Ruto for the presidency. So it's just an indication enough that even if William Ruto was to win this year's presidential election and he fails to deliver, for Kenyans actually to organize themselves for a revolution will actually be a very tall order. In fact, I'm seeing a likely possibility Kenya going the direction of Uganda. You know, in Uganda, during election time, the last election we saw, actually Museveni switched off the internet. There was no internet. So he could just manipulate the results as actually wanted. And those who tried maybe to Kwandamana Pale, Uganda, actually they found it a little bit tough. So generally in Africa, or rather in Kenya, I'm seeing Kenyans are still very far from a revolution. And then another good example, let's even have a look at Aror and Kimware Dam scandals. These were dams that were to benefit residents of Elgeyo Marakwet County. And the same leaders who are actually believed that actually looted those funds, or rather the money that was meant to construct Aurora and Kimware dams, they are actually seeking elective seats, high national seats and even county seats. And I'm very sure that even if an election was to be done there today, the same people who are accused of maybe squandering the funds that were meant for those dams, you will just find them being elected even as a governor or even a senator or even as a president. All those are just clear indications that Kenyans largely are still not yet angry enough for a revolution. As long as my ethnic and political kingpin is in power, whether he rules badly or not, I will defend that leader. And the people trying to maybe oppose that leader, I will see them as my enemy. That's the reality of our Kenyan politics. So on one side, I agree with Amos Kimunya that in the event William Ruto wins this year's election, mostly he will not be able to fulfill the promises he's actually making to Kenyans. And I'm saying that because of what we have seen in the 2 terms of Ruto government. Almost all the promises they made are largely unfulfilled. That is a given fact. And even if Ruto was to win this year's presidential election, I'm almost certain, very sure, that he will not be able to fulfill the promises he's actually making to Kenyans today. Because he has shown before that he's not very good and very keen on fulfilling promises. And then largely again, ladies and gentlemen, the idea of William Ruto actually winning this year's presidential election, from where I sit again, it's almost a tall order. It's a tall order because the political reality in Kenya cities today are showing clearly William Ruto most likely to lose this year's presidential election. And that is so because if you look at William Ruto's support basis, William Ruto is only strong in Kalenjin Rift Valley and also on the mountain. But the mountain vote is very slippery because it can actually slip away from William Ruto anytime. And I'm saying that basing my argument on the mere fact that the ethnic kingpin of the mountain is currently at war with William Ruto. Yesterday, Uhuru Kenyatta actually leaked some information that William Ruto actually wanted to impeach him. So you can see that kind of a war. And then today, William Ruto was in Kilifi County and actually responded to William Ruto. So already there is a political war between Uhuru and William Ruto. Uhuru, as I talk, is still the ethnic and political kingpin of the mountain. So as William Ruto and Uhuru Kenyatta exchange words in public, residents of the mountain might actually be tempted now to hate William Ruto, simply because William Ruto is actually fighting their side. So by August, I'm seeing a likely possibility where William Ruto will only be left with this ethnic Kalenjin bedrock. In fact, his ethnic Kalenjin bedrock in Rift Valley most likely is the only sure vote that William Ruto is rest assured of come August this year. But now if you look at William Ruto's main opponent, Raila Odinga, Raila enjoys a wide support across the country. And this is a fact. These are not just hearsays. Raila enjoys support in Nyanza, Western, Kisii, Masai, Coast, Nairobi, and also Northeastern. In those areas, Raila Odinga will easily beat William Ruto. William Ruto is only sure of beating Raila Odinga in his Kalenjin Rift Valley. That is the only sure vote William Ruto is assured of beating Raila Odinga. So chances again of William Ruto actually winning this year's election is almost zero. So I agree with Amos Kimunya that if he wins, which most likely he won't, most of the promises he's actually giving, he won't be able to fulfill. But I disagree with Amos Kimunya that there will be a revolution. Kenyans are not yet ready for that revolution. If William Ruto wins this year's election, you will find his ethnic community and maybe leaders sympathetic to him now protecting him. And in the event you try to oppose that government, you will be seen as the enemy. So it will degenerate into a war between Kenyans versus Kenyans. This tribe against this other tribe. That's why I maintain and I say Kenya is not ready for a revolution. Kenyans are not yet angry enough for a revolution. And that we did see in 2013. At a time, Kenyans were actually complaining that the economy was really performing dismally. And Kenyans were really going through a lot of pain in Jubilee's first time of government. But still, as other Kenyans were pushing, even for these leaders to be voted out, we saw an equally a stronger force coming out to defend Ruto. So even if William Ruto today wins the presidency, most likely for Kenyans to actually call for a revolution successfully will be a tall order. That is something I'm saying with a lot of confidence. Otherwise, ladies and gentlemen, just as I did indicate, or rather in case you've bumped here for the very first time, and so far you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you, God bless you, God bless Kenya.